money too long, nigga. My weed too strong, nigga. Fuck everybody. I'm in my own zone, nigga.
And every time you see me, I'm wet and I'm rolling. Don't you rest in peace, fresh to death, and I'm rolling. What the fuck, bitch? I just met her, she rolling. Nigga, I'm rolling. Nigga, I'm rolling. Gotta keep a towel on my sweat, cause I'm rolling. Going at a bitch, nigga, cause I'm rolling. Damn, I ain't coming yet, cause I'm rolling. Bitch, I'm rolling. Young moolah, baby. And you're back talking to Mr. Legendary. Second video tonight. We're going to carry on with our h0e saga. And we're going to bring up some Lil Boosie. Boosie Badass, one and only. He came out in an interview. And I would highly suggest that you go out and watch the full video of just, you don't have to watch the full long whole Vlad TV thing, but at least watch the segment where he speaks on the Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan, whatever you want to call it, relationship. I'm going to try to post the link to that specific part of the interview and below. But for now, we're going to go ahead and listen to exactly what Lil Boosie said.
The biggest.
And now Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
What's your take on this?
I think we need to stop giving the woman the power, you know, with situations like this. You know, girls keep saying it's goals, but we got to start, this is not goals, you know what I'm saying? We got to start giving the bachelors, the men who running through a beautiful woman like this the credit, who not housing her, running through her. Because most, you know, like Boo, and last time I went to Diddy house, him and Boo was together, you know, like they dogs. So we got to start, you know, I know Laura a beautiful woman, but we got to stop giving the glory to the woman. What about the bachelors?
All right, so that was only a piece of the interview, and that was basically the part where he said we need to stop glorifying what she did. A lot of females were basically, he came out with this interview because people were praising Lori Harvey for bagging Michael B. Jordan and basically their relationship, saying that they're goals. And Boosie basically came out. A lot of people have to remember, he's famous. He's well known. So when he speaks, he's not speaking like us. He's not speaking like some guy on YouTube just saying stuff. He's speaking because he know these people. He said it like, dude, I was just over at Diddy house and seeing him and Boo. Like, he knows what really went on behind the scenes. He know what these dudes are talking about. And he said it like, dude, y'all need to stop glorifying this because it's not okay. And a lot of men like me try to tell women this whole phase, being a hoe, sleeping around, living in your truth is not okay to men. A lot of y'all think that because y'all heard other females say it, like in my last video where a female was talking about I went through my whole phase and I just loved it because she loved the sex part. But y'all not understanding all the other stuff that come along with it. And men don't like it. We don't want it. And we don't even want women who went through it and openly talk about it. Whether you went through it or not is not the point. The point is how open she was with letting the world know that she was dealing with all these different guys. Let's go along the list because this list was also brought up in the video. It said that she started off with Trey Songz. Then she moved over to Justin Combs, Diddy's son. Then she was with Diddy. Then she went over to race car driver Lewis Hamilton. From there, she jumped over to Future. From Future, she went to Akon's brother Boo. Now, she ended up with Michael B. Jordan. And dude saying like, bruh, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that this is it. But this is just the ones that she chose to make public. This is just the ones that we've seen her with. We ain't even talked about the regular dudes that she might have been chopping with on the side. And the problem that Lil Boosie said, which his message was thrown off because he started talking about we should be glorifying The Bachelor. And a lot of females ran with that part of it. They missed the good part about, let's not glorify that, because he, in no way, shape, form, or fashion am I saying Boosie is President Obama to where he can speak clearly to where everybody can understand. Boosie is Boosie. He's a rapper. He famous off of just saying what's on his mind and saying his, hood version of the shit. He say shit how he want to. He doesn't speak for me. And one of the only problems that I have with what he said is because he kept talking. He should have just left it at, we shouldn't glorify females for that, and left it there. Because a lot of females that actually argue with him would not have been able to go further had he just stopped right there. What happened was on social media, the Shade Room, as I'm going to show you in this picture now, the Shade Room went on ahead and made a post about Boosie. They said Boosie had some things to say about Lori Harvey, and they only posted that snippet that I played. They didn't post his whole video, which is fine. He didn't really say nothing more besides in the longer version. He said only simps would go for that. And he was asked, would he marry her? He said, no, I would sleep with her, but I wouldn't marry her. I don't want that. What I want is a good girl. And they didn't play that part. It probably specifically left that out. But then Boosie came out with another video on his own page, and he said, all these people this morning hitting me, all these Lori Harvey fans hitting me up, talking about how I'm wrong, I'm coming for her, I'm hating on her. He like, dude, I ain't got no reason to hate on her. I'm just saying y'all glorifying the wrong thing. And then he didn't shut up again. He started talking about some other stuff. He said, y'all glorify her from bouncing dude to dude, but y'all don't want to say nothing about the females who really hold shit down and stick with their man through thick and thin. Y'all ain't saying nothing to them. Y'all dog them, but y'all praise this. And they gave a lot of females room to argue, because now they're going to argue well, men do it, and it's a double standard. So you saying we should glorify females for staying with a dude who cheating and all that. It just left too many doors open for them to attack and get off of the point and the subject of why are we glorifying being a hoe or doing the whole phase or the whole things jumping from dude to dude. A lot of females was, well, she's just dating, and how do you know she was sleeping with everybody else? I had an argument with somebody. I'm gonna actually pull that up now. I had an argument with a female who chose to talk about rapper Lil Boosie, and she said Boosie got 10 kids, 10 baby mamas, ain't wife not one, and speaking on Lori's body part. Boy, shut the hell up. And unfortunately, I didn't screenshot the conversation. I should have known that in some way either I was going to get reported or blocked, but she ended up taking this post down because a lot of men was coming on there and speaking, and I have a problem with females who want men but don't listen to men. Y'all listening to females are saying this type of stuff like, who is he? He got 10 kids, 10 baby mamas, ain't wife not one, but he's speaking on her. For one, and this is what I said. I see a little piece of my comment down there at the bottom. Said Boosie said being a hoe ain't goals for a woman. This dude and y'all argument back with him is not arguing whether being a hoe should be goals. Y'all argument back is men do it, and you got 10 kids by 10 females, so you a hoe too. So who are you to tell us? So let's go ahead and switch it up in the typical Larry fashion. Let's go ahead and hit us with a metaphor. If somebody from my 600-pound life, person that's overweight, obese, comes to me and says, Mr. Legend, do not be fat, it is terrible. Do not glorify being fat, it's terrible. Should I look at him and say, dude, you on 600-pound life, you overweight. how you gonna tell me not to be fat? And you fat. Doesn't that give him more reason to tell me not to do it because he just did it? Y'all argument to Boosie is that he got 10 kids, 10 baby mamas, so that y'all would classify him as a male version of a hoe. So wouldn't that give him more reason to tell me not to be a hoe? See, the problem is females like this who went through this shit ain't speaking up the real about being a hoe. Y'all don't want to tell what's the real downsides from it. And Boosie's showing y'all. Bro, I got 10 kids and 10 baby mamas. And I asked this girl further in the comments, I said, it's 10 kids and 10 baby mamas. Does that make him a better husband? I said, his 10 kids and 10 baby mamas, does that make him better at life? She probably didn't know where I was going with it, but I asked her. I said, somebody else said in the comments right after that, they said, hoes get paid and suckers get played. I said, that's fine. Outside of financial gain of being a hoe, which everybody don't even eat off of, but let's just say you make money off of it. Outside of the financial part, please tell me what part of being a hoe makes you better at anything. Anything. How does it make anybody better? And where I stepped up on what Boosie said, I said, listen, let's take the man and the female part out of it. How does being a hoe make any of us better, man or female? How does it make us better? Because let's not argue. Y'all want to argue the little bits and pieces. Let's argue around the argument. Let's not actually get to the point. Because the point was stop glorifying being a hoe. And they want to say, well, you a hoe and men do it. Okay, so let's get to the root of it. It's not healthy for men to do it either. But men are able to do it because women don't argue it as much as men do. A lot of y'all don't even see it that way. A lot of y'all just seeing it like, well, how y'all able to do it and we not? Because we don't like it, and we voice the fact that we don't like it as men. We don't like our females to be hoes. We let that be known. Females, on the other hand, say, listen, I don't give a damn who used it before me as long as you here now. Most females have that attitude where I don't care what you did. Most females actually like the fact that you done did all your shit because that, for some reason, you look better in females' eyes because you have a lot of experience. Females love that. We don't. And instead of listening to men say, hey, they keep telling us they don't like this. And instead of us trying to force them to like it, why don't we step back and listen to what they're saying? It can't just be one or two because all these dudes keep saying it. She literally took her post down, and I guarantee you, because I'm going to show you her next post. What the hell was the next thing she said? Because she got to talking about, there we go. Men who like to argue women online. Basically, we all gay. We all fruity and gay because we arguing with women online. And the sad part is when I see stuff like this where I want to have an honest debate, I specifically make sure I don't curse. I specifically make sure I don't use no ignorant statements. I want to make sure Instagram doesn't have a reason to come out and, block me or mess up my page for saying something. So I make sure I watch what I say. So I know way, shape, form, or fashion I argue. I ask her a question. I said, well, did his 10 kids and 10 baby mamas make him better in any way? So your argument is that he's a hoe, so he can't tell her not to be a hoe because he won? That makes him more classified to tell her not to do it. Hey, I did it. Don't do it. It's not good. But y'all don't want to tell each other the real. And that's why so many females out here glorifying that, because y'all all think that because Lori Harvey did it, there's a chance for all of us. And one of the biggest factors that everybody missed is that Lori Harvey is gorgeous. She already has money. And she's fit. That's why she's able to still go out after dealing with all these rappers and F-boys that she knew were F-boys before she even stepped into the picture. She specifically went for F-boys because let's be real. Lori Harvey can damn near have any man she wants. She chose the Diddy and Future. She chose King City Boy. the king of the city boy's future. She chose to deal with that, knowing his past, knowing his checker past. And one of the arguments they said was she got out without having a baby, messing with all these dudes without having a baby. And that's goals. I said this too, because I wrote this on the Shade Room. My comment got taken down. I said this is protect black women until a black man says don't be a hoe. Then it's kill him, slaughter him, take him out. How dare he tell women to not go out and be promiscuous? How dare he? He's promiscuous. How dare he tell us what not to do? How dare he tell us to do something that could potentially save ourselves from facing depression, saves ourselves from facing bacteria infections, diseases, sexually transmitted things. How dare he tell us not to do something that has no upside whatsoever? How dare he? Let's start looking at some of the comments that I actually captured on the Shade Room post. Look at this shit here. Just when I thought it was going to be inspirational. It's cool. It's her life. She can do what she wants. And that's the problem. It's because nobody wants to tell other women growing up. That's fine for Lori. As I said, Lori is gorgeous. She got money. So Lori can bounce back from dealing with those dudes. She's still kind of young too, so she can bounce back and get her one. But it's the average 23-year-old over here in Cleveland that we have a problem with, that Boosie trying to talk about, because he said, well, y'all don't want this to happen to y'all daughters. It's those, the little ones coming up who see this, who he don't want to follow that. That ain't going to be able to bounce back like Lori. That ain't going to have the looks and the money she got to be able to bounce back and catch a Michael B. Jordan, because everybody not going to be him. Next comment. No, Lori is running through y'all. Laughing my ass off rent free, mama. Running through y'all minds, I guess. No, he sound goofy as hell. What does Boosie even be saying? It's a no for me, Boosie. I'm sorry. She running through there. How dare he tell women not to be promiscuous? How dare he tell women not to do something that has no upside? And I said this in my last video. The most important thing that she said was what she didn't say, because she never said what the upside was to having a whole face besides the fact that she liked it. She never said how it made her life better. She never said how it helped her depression. She never said if her depression was even gone because she had the whole face. And it's a lot of females that went through this. I blame the older ones because they're not telling all the younger ones, look, dude, y'all can only listen to so many men before it's like, dude, we want to hear a woman say it. And that's what had to change me. I had to stop listening to women in my life, and I had to start listening to men that I actually respected tell me, like, dude, you allowed to have standards. You allowed to actually want a female that's not promiscuous, that wasn't a hoe. You allowed to want a female to look a certain way. I used to think I had to deal with whatever God sent me, and he was just going to send me one, and I had to deal with it. That's how I ended up divorced. Let's go ahead to the next comments. Laugh my ass off, because God forbid a woman is dating and seeking happiness and getting recognition for what man been doing since the beginning of time. Now she needs to be humble, and the bachelors need recognition. Like I said, because he kept going on and started talking about how other men should be praised for doing this instead of the females, is where they're going to point the argument. They're going to point the argument at that and the fact that men can do it. Why shouldn't we? And you got 10 kids. Who are you? Who keep interviewing him, blah. It's always the niggas with community peen and hella baby mamas talking about a body count. Does that change the fact that it's wrong? Is what we want to know. Whether he said it or whether the Pope said it, does it change the facts? She wouldn't give you the time of day anyway. So next, does that change the fact that it's wrong? Let's not argue what he said. Let's argue everything but the main point of the story. Boy, bye. This is my issue with this debate. Lori as well as every human is entitled to date freely until blah, blah, blah. This idea that these men are plowing or running through her is insulting, is degrading to women everywhere. I just let y'all read it for yourself and understand where it's coming from, because these females that swear to God we are equal beings in every shape, way, shape, form, or fashion. So apparently we don't have innies and outies. We all must have outies. And I want these same people, or anybody watching this that has a problem with anything I'm saying, I want y'all to go look up the causes of urinary tract infections. I want y'all to go look up, literally, don't just believe me, listen to doctors, female and male doctors, who will tell you the difference between males being promiscuous and females being promiscuous. There's literally a biological component to why we shouldn't do it as people, and why men and women shouldn't do it separately. We got separate issues going on why we shouldn't do it. We got separate things that happens to us if we do it. Let's keep reading the comments. It's the misogyny for me. How dare a man say that there's a double standard? How dare he state the obvious? Men need to stay out of women's business until it's time to protect black women. Men hate when females flip the script and give them back that same energy. Am I the only one confused by question and answer? No, I was confused too, because he confused me too. He was. That's why I said I don't want to say that he's speaking for me, but it's just the fact that that was his opinion. And in today's society, men can't say shit without them being gay, without them being misogynistic, without them being ignorant, a clown. He looked like he didn't want to say nothing rude, but was still rude anyways. How was all the comments? This is, as I said, is protect black women until you say something that they don't want to hear. Then it's leave us alone, we don't want to hear you. Then it's shut up, you're gay. Oh, y'all did y'all whole shit, why can't we? That's my time for today. Questions, comments, concerns. Comment, DM, let me know how you feel. Just remember, over here we argue facts, not emotion. If you do want to speak about this, just know I'm going to speak on facts. I'm going to speak on what we know. I'm not going to beat around the argument. I'm not about to talk about the fact that Boosie have 10 kids. That doesn't make it right. It don't make it okay. Please like, comment, subscribe to my video. That's all I got for y'all today.